Today's horoscope, Leo March 22nd, 2025. Discover your future with my daily horoscope for you about love, work, health, money and compatibility with other signs. Today is good for communicating, largely because people are listening as much as they're talking, and it feels wonderful to be understood. It's true that Mercury and Venus are retrograde, and interactions are not always straightforward as a result. However, this is a good time for giving one another the benefit of the doubt. Today can be pleasantly intense, and it's a fine time for discovering new layers of a situation. Friendly gestures or overtures can figure strongly, and people take special interest in you. Friendships and mending broken fences are in favor. The moon spends the day in the creative 5th house in your solar chart, encouraging your desire to share your feelings or have some fun. Today's cosmic energy will require a careful approach. Sweet Venus, our goddess planet of love and marriage, is moseying along in your solar house of sexuality and will link to powerhouse Pluto, the planet of transformation and rebirth, in the nearby skies. On the one hand, if things have been acceptable in your personal life, you could feel the urge to get fired up and down and dirty together, unleashing your sultry and wild sides. However, if you're not on the same page, you could be dealing with darker vibrations. Singles could meet a neighbor or someone who lives nearby who has a karmic connection or is a fatal attraction. Do you wish to continue? It is okay to take 2 steps backward before taking 1 step forward when Venus retrograde in Aries sextiles Pluto in Aquarius. Recent developments in your professional journey may have caused you to feel unsure of your pathway and trajectory. You may not feel as committed to your professional journey as you once did. Before you halt operations, talk to your constituents and review your commitments. There might be a chance to change part of your commitment, which may enhance your overall professional journey. When you think it's time to take a break from your workout, think twice. Days of rest are extremely important, to be sure, but ask yourself whether you're just bored of the usual and want something new. This is not the same as your body asking for a day of rest. It's your mind wanting a new activity. Begin to develop variety in your workout routine so that you may respond to this impulse with compassion and discipline, a very healthy combination. This day can bring a lot of enjoyment. Yours is generally a lighthearted and easygoing personality that can make the most of any situation that comes your way. The presence of a vibration will enhance your creative and expressive skills, making plenty of opportunities for you to go from having fun with others to making progress in your career. Whatever you have on your agenda, you'll handle things like a pro. Don't hesitate to speak your mind or tackle any problems. The lead up to the moon's return to your work sector tomorrow is an important point in any month for having your antennas up while taking a wait-and-see approach. While it is over the weekend in particular that there will be a valuable chance to check in and get your bearings across the income, work and career fronts, today the focus is firmly on the playful, creative and adventurous side of life's fence. With the moon not only in a playful and creative part of your chart during the sun's first full day in your sector of adventure, travel, learning and discovery, but with planets on both fronts in retrograde motion, the doors are open to new beginnings, the past and second chances. Having the moon in your romantic sector during the sun's first full day in an adventurous part of your chart was always going to bring the spirit of romance and adventure together while bringing a general sense of confidence and optimism. However, with the asteroid Juno in her first full day in retrograde motion in your romantic sector in Venus, the planet of love already in retrograde motion in an adventurous part of your chart, with the doors also open to the past and second chances. Daily Planetary Overview. Out with the old and in with the new. The energy is shifting as Venus retrograde in Aries forms a sextile with Pluto in Aquarius, bringing transformation in the realm of relationships, commitments, and personal values. This cosmic alignment may trigger sudden realizations, unexpected endings, and a deep urge to break free from anything that no longer serves your growth. You may find yourself at a crossroads, re-evaluating certain connections and questioning whether some relationships, partnerships, or agreements are truly aligned with your evolving sense of self. The desire to sever ties may feel stronger than usual, and while this newfound clarity is valuable, it's important to act with intention rather than impulsivity. If you decide to walk away from something or someone, make sure you are doing it from a place of understanding rather than frustration or emotional turbulence. Give yourself time to process your feelings, weigh your decisions, and ensure that any choices you make reflect your long-term well-being rather than a fleeting reaction to the moment. However, change is rarely easy, and you may find yourself confronted with situations that test your patience and resilience. It's natural to feel uncertain when faced with transitions, but remember that challenges arise not to break you, but to teach you. The key is to remain centered, trust in your ability to navigate obstacles, and approach difficulties with a mindset of learning and growth. Instead of seeing setbacks as failures, view them as opportunities to refine your skills, strengthen your resolve, and prepare yourself for something even better. Your circumstances are not set in stone. You have the power to shape your reality by the way you respond to the shifts occurring in your life. In your relationships, balance is essential. The passionate and assertive energy of Aries may tempt you to be more forceful in your interactions, but being overly aggressive or demanding could lead to unnecessary friction. Try to be mindful of how you express yourself, ensuring that your words and actions come from a place of authenticity rather than dominance. Cooperation may not come easily at the moment, but making an effort to see things from another's perspective can prevent misunderstandings. If you find that certain relationships feel strained, take a step back before assuming the worst. Sometimes, people are dealing with their own struggles that have nothing to do with you. A little patience and understanding can go a long way in maintaining harmony. Socially, you may notice an increase in attention from others. Your energy is magnetic, and people are naturally drawn to your presence. Whether in romantic situations, friendships, or professional settings, this is a great time to strengthen connections and enjoy meaningful interactions. However, be mindful not to let admiration go to your head. True connection is built on mutual respect, so approach interactions with sincerity rather than using charm as a tool for validation. Treat others as you would like to be treated, and you will find that your relationships deepen in authenticity and trust. Financially, caution is advised. The impulsive energy of Aries may encourage quick decisions, but when it comes to money matters, patience and careful planning are your best allies. If something seems too good to be true, it probably is. This is not the time to make large-scale investments or take financial risks without thorough research. Be wary of advice that seems overly optimistic or promises guaranteed success, as not all opportunities are as beneficial as they appear. Instead, focus on making small, steady financial decisions that contribute to long-term stability. A measured approach will help you avoid unnecessary setbacks and build a more secure foundation for the future. As you move through this transformative period, take a moment to reflect on where you are and where you want to be. What old patterns or relationships are you ready to release? What bold decisions are you feeling called to make? How can you embrace change while maintaining balance and self-awareness? Trust that everything is unfolding as it should, and that by staying true to yourself, you will create space for new beginnings that align with your highest good. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you been experiencing shifts in your relationships or personal decisions? Are you feeling ready to let go of something that no longer serves you? What steps are you taking to navigate these changes with clarity and confidence? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's support each other through this powerful period of transformation.